Are you a call center trainer? Are you a call center manager? Are you a call center coach? Are you a call center consultant? Do you know what a call center is? Well then, this is the episode for you. That's right, bucko. You'll pay for the seat, but you'll only need the edge for this one. Let's talk about making curiosity contagious, because knowledge is half the battle. G.I. Joe, roll that beautiful bean footage, you son of a bitch. You beautiful, sexy son of a bitch. Bean footage, now!
Hey, welcome back to another episode of CX Riot Radio, where we talk about customer experience and stuff, still in a hyper-caffeinated state. I'm your host, my name is David, and I am the caffeinated CXO. So, who are you? How you doing? You doing good? If this is your first time listening, welcome. If this isn't your first time listening, welcome back. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Welcome back. So before we begin today's episode, if you could be a darling and go ahead and like, review, comment, and share the show so we can make the show grow, I would be much obliged. I would be so happy if you could do that for me. It's not even that much of an ask. Look, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Spotify, you get to see some cool video game footage and some other stuff. And who could ask for more than anything else? We're a professional customer experience podcast here. Alright? Alright? You got that? You got that? Good. If you're listening, audio only, well, it is what it is. I started off as audio only, and then Spotify released the video thing, and I was like, might as well just record something to put the old eyeballs on, you know? So, it is what it is. It is what it is, indeed. So, today we're going to be talking about making curiosity contagious, making training fun, making coaching bearable. And how do you do this? How do you make training okay? Well, the answer is obvious. You have fun with it. You don't give lectures. You don't give them a book to read. You don't make them read out of the book out loud. That's weird. That's like some weird stuff, man. Don't do that. That's crazy. So how do you make it fun? You make it interactive. You make the training interactive. You have them write down things. You have them interact with each other. The worst thing you can do is train, especially a new hire, one person at a time. That's crazy. Why are you doing that? What is your deal? Why are you doing that? Have a class. Have at least 3 people, right? And if you have to bring others in from who already work for you, right? I'm sure you can find someone that needs a little bit of a refresher, a little bit of retraining, you know? Have them come in, or have one of the leads, QA, come in, witness the training. If you're not the business owner, have the business owner come in and watch the training if they have time. And I know business owners are pretty busy people, but maybe they do have an hour or two to sit down and watch what the front line, the face, the voice of their company is being trained on. Plus, they might have some insights they can share. and vice versa. So you make it fun. You can even be a little cringe if you want. Okay? If it helps you, be a little cringe. Just to get the point across. So, make your initial training curriculum golden. Make it great, make it fun, make it interactive. Be a little silly with it, as long as the information is good. There is nothing worse than a dry lecture which you can't escape from. And yeah, you could argue, well, they're getting paid for this. Cool. Let's keep on paying them. Let's make it worth it. Why wouldn't you? So, once you get out of the initial phase of training, and I would advise having like a little bit of a test at the end, right? Make sure they were paying attention, make sure everything is good, make sure their knowledge is sharp, and have them take that test before they get anywhere near the phone or a computer station where they can actually interact with customers, right? Have lots of role play in there. Have lots of role play. And when I say lots of role play, like 50% of the training should be role play, right? And I know everybody hates role play, but it is literally the most effective form of training because it's hands-on, especially if you have a sandbox or a practice version of the CRM, right? Where they can do both. They can both role play the call itself and role play entering stuff into the CRM, role playing how to send an email, stuff like that. It's worth it. And if you don't believe me, go screw yourself. Now, after that's done, what do you need to have? Well, you could have those fancy agent assist cards that pop up whenever a keyword is spoken on the phone. Those are actually really cool and probably the best use case for AI there is in a contact center. 100%. Right? We could talk about AI being call routing and all that jazz, but the best use case for AI in a call center is still the tried and true agent assist cards. Those are cool. Little pop-ups. Hey, you should say this. Hey, you should say that. Hey, mention this. Hey, mention that. Stuff like that. Still, best use case. But if you don't have that, let's say you're on a budget, the next best thing to have is a well-organized, searchable knowledge base. And you can build this knowledge base on any medium you want. You don't need to get fancy with it. You just need it to be effective. And you need it to be a little colorful and a little fun, right? But don't make it the sole source of information. Yes, have everything on there. But if someone asks a question in chat, whether you use Slack, Teams, Discord, Vent, I don't know, be like, oh no, it's in the knowledge base, look it up. No. Chances are if they're asking a question, it's because they're on the phone and there's a little bit of a pressure to answer the questions fast for the customer. Maybe they don't have the time to toggle over. Remember the toggle tax I talked about a couple weeks ago? They don't have enough time to go over to the knowledge base and type it in and get what they need when someone within seconds could just type the answer into the chat. Sometimes people freeze. Sometimes people feel the pressure when a customer is asking a question. They're being a little persistent about it. Answer the question and then provide a link to that article on the knowledge base. Boom. Just solve so much right there. You should be proud of yourself and make it fun. Put out little pop quizzes with prizes, right? With stuff that they can find on the knowledge base so they can navigate. They can learn how to navigate the knowledge base with a little bit of a treat at the end. Oh, they got a 100. Here's a $5 Starbucks card. I don't know what you can buy at Starbucks for $5, but there has to be something. Maybe a tall black hot coffee. I don't know. Been a while since I've been to Starbucks. Mostly for that reason. Yeah. So, anyway. Now, with coaching, you want coachings to be majority role play and things they're struggling with throughout the week. And you should have weekly coachings with either a lead, a supervisor, or a member of QA, right? Most likely it's going to be the team lead or the supervisor that's doing the coaching, and have them consistent week in, week out, same day, same time as much as possible. Keep it consistent. But consistency's not fun. Shut up, yes it is. But have most of that coaching be role-playing on things that they need to work on. If one of the things they need to work on is rebuttals, well, you best damn have some good objections so they can practice their rebuttals in a controlled environment when they're not talking to customers to ruin some perfectly good leads and make the marketing department really mad, right? So that's crazy. Now, because as we all know, and as I say a lot, a call center is where the marketing efforts and the marketing dollars can go to thrive or they can go to die. And if you're not doing these coachings, if you're not doing these role plays, that marketing effort and marketing dollars, they're probably gonna die most of the time, right? No, you need to practice, and you need to have your people practice, and then the coach needs to be so good on their phone that when stats are released or they look on their dashboard on Service Titan, that their lead has better stats than they do. If they don't, they're not going to listen to that. Why would I listen to you? To do less? To be worse? That's crazy. No, your leads should be held up to a higher standard than the general public. And I don't mean it like that. But the agents underneath the team lead should not be better than the team lead. And yes, your team lead or your coach needs to be taking calls. It is not good to have a coach that doesn't do what they're coaching on, right? At least in this environment. So there you go. There's that. But make it fun. Hold contests. Make it contagious. Everybody on the call floor should know the ins and outs of the business, the product, the service, this, that, and the other. They should know the ins and outs of it like the back of their hand. Oh, what is that? But that's the way it has to be. If it's not like that, something messed up somewhere and you need to go back to the drawing board and redo your training curriculum and your supplemental training that you should be doing, right? Whether that's the quizzes, little videos, little work sessions, things like that. You need to do this stuff to keep everybody fresh and everybody sharp, including yourself, including your leads, including your supervisors, including your QA, right? And over communicate this stuff. Repeat it. Again, don't be afraid to be a little cringe. It's fine. You'll do okay. So, make it contagious, make learning fun, make knowledge powerful again, and just do it. Just do it. And the more people see other people knowing things, chances are, if you hired the right people, they're competitive, they're go-getters, they have ambition, and they'll learn too. And if not just for themselves, then to beat the people around them. And to get that $5 Starbucks gift card or whatever prize you have. You know, it might not even be monetary. It might be, hey, you get an extra break. There you go. You were the first person to get a 100 on this. You get an extra break. How are you? Staffing and call volume dependent, of course. Right? We got to always say that because that's the way it always is. But anyway, this has been CX Riot Radio. Peace.